Okay, so I've been going back and forth on whether I should even post this. Part of me wanted to just forget the whole thing ever happened. Move on. Pretend my life didn't completely blow up a few weeks ago. But honestly, I can't keep it in anymore. So here it is. 6 weeks ago, I found out my wife was sleeping with my best friend. Yeah, and the reason I know every single detail, every message, every time they met up, every lie, is because of a random $40 security camera I bought at Walmart. They had absolutely no idea it was there. Not a clue. And that camera caught everything. Before I get into the whole story, though, I just want to say something real quick. This isn't some made-up internet drama. This is my real life. These were two people I trusted more than anyone on this planet, and finding out what they were doing behind my back honestly messed me up for a while. But I'm good now. And if someone watching this realizes they've been ignoring some red flags in their own relationship, then maybe putting this out there is worth it. All right, so let me take you back to the beginning. My wife, I'll call her Amber. We met when we were both 26 at a mutual friend's birthday party. And the first time I ever saw her, she literally tripped and spilled her drink all over my sneakers. Like straight up soaked them. Instead of apologizing, she just started laughing at herself, like full-on laughing. And I don't know what it was about that moment, but I was instantly hooked. We ended up talking the whole night. Numbers turned into dates. Dates turned into a relationship. 2 years later, we got engaged. We bought a small house out in the suburbs and got married in 2019. Now look, I'm not going to sit here and pretend we had some perfect fairy tale marriage. Nobody does. We argued sometimes about dumb stuff. Whose turn it was to do dishes, bills, random everyday things. But overall, things were good. Like genuinely good. At least, that's what I thought. Now the other person in this story is Derek. And this is the part that still makes my stomach turn. Because Derek wasn't just some random guy. He was my best friend. We've known each other since 3rd grade. We grew up 3 houses away from each other. Every summer we'd play basketball outside until it got dark. Sleepovers, school fights, first heartbreaks, everything. That dude had been in my life for over 20 years. When I lost my job once, Derek was the one helping me move my stuff out of the office. When my dad got sick, Derek was there every single day checking on me. When I proposed to Amber, Derek was literally the first person I called. He actually cried on the phone. No joke. At our wedding, he was my best man. Gave this emotional speech about loyalty and brotherhood and how proud he was of the life I built. Everyone loved it. People were clapping, cheering. Meanwhile, now I look back at that speech and it just feels like the biggest joke in the world. Anyway, everything seemed normal for years. Until about 4 months ago. That's when little things started feeling off. Nothing huge at first, just small stuff. Amber started keeping her phone face down all the time. On the couch, on the kitchen counter, even on the nightstand when we went to sleep. And I noticed it, but I didn't say anything. Because I didn't want to be that insecure husband checking his wife's phone like some psycho. So I ignored it. Then she started working late, like a lot. She works in marketing, so I figured maybe it was just a busy season. Deadlines, new campaigns, whatever. It sounded believable enough. But then one night, she came home around 10. Said she had drinks with some coworkers after work. Normal story. Nothing crazy. But when she walked past me in the hallway, I smelled something. And it definitely wasn't her perfume. And it definitely wasn't a woman's perfume either. I didn't say anything though. I just laid in bed staring at the ceiling that night, telling myself I was being paranoid. Like, bro, relax. You trust your wife. Stop overthinking. But then Derek started acting weird too. And that's when things really started messing with my head. Because me and Derek, we never had awkward moments. Ever. But suddenly if I mentioned Amber in conversation, he'd get quiet and change the subject. He started skipping our Sunday football hangouts. Now that might not sound like a big deal. But in 25 years, Derek had never once missed those Sundays. Not once. And I still didn't connect the dots. Because your brain doesn't want to go there. Not with the two people you trust the most. But your gut knows. Even when your brain is trying to shut it up, your gut knows something's wrong. And then one random decision changed everything. About 2 months ago, there had been some package thefts in our neighborhood. Nothing major, just people grabbing Amazon boxes off porches. So one day while I was at Walmart, I grabbed this cheap little security camera. $40, that didn't think much of it. Just figured I'd stick it in the living room, facing the front door. Simple. Nothing fancy. What I didn't realize was that little camera was about to show me something that would completely destroy my marriage and expose my best friend in the worst way possible. Because 3 nights after I installed it, Amber told me she had to work late again. And that night, Derek came over. Except I wasn't home. But the camera was recording. And what I saw on that footage still makes me sick when I think about it.